Tell them it's all for the broken. 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 Tell them it's all for the broken. Yeah. It's all for the broken. Yeah. It's all for the broken. Yeah. It's all for the broken. Boy, look around, we need hope.
Welcome everybody to another edition of Healing Broken Souls. I'm Pastor John Boyanowski from Solid Rock Church of Warren, and my best friend Benny Powell, who is the senior pastor at Second Greater Baptist Church, is not here. So I get to play and have all kinds of fun. So here's what I would like to talk about today. Today, I'd like to talk about the unsung heroes at church. Okay, so next month, October, is Pastor Appreciation Month, and this is where people come around and celebrate the pastor and the clergy and all of that. But I wanted to include everybody because everybody in the church is called to ministry of some sort. And there's so many people that do the behind-the-scene things that often are overlooked or sometimes are never recognized for all the achievements that they do. And they do it for the glory of God. They serve God in the same way that pastors and ministers do. And so I want to sing out to them and give them a shout out because, you know, without them, what you see, in fact, this broadcast itself is a prime example of that. You know, we have people behind the scenes getting cameras ready, getting the microphones ready. We have people stepping up to do some of the topics and everything like that. And without them, we wouldn't have this podcast. In the same way, on a Sunday morning, we have people doing the sound booth at our church. I'm going to use Solid Rock as a good example. We have people in the sound booth where they're taking care of the computer work, they're taking care of the sound system. Whenever we need bullet points or anything, they show it up on the screen up there for me and everything else like that. We have people who are planning the music. We have people who are singing the music. We have ushers. We have all kinds of people involved in the service. And it's really important for us to be able to acknowledge and say thank you to them because they are the ones that help things run smooth. So like our church, we do a Facebook Live rendition of it. And so when we do that, you know, we have a lot of people being involved with that. And so we got to make sure somebody's watching that and making sure that if any questions pop up or whatever, they let me know and everything along those lines. So let's start off with those people who are Sunday school teachers. So let's look at them. Whether you are in the nursery, whether you're going into the little children's Sunday school class, you're a young adult leader, youth group leader, teaching Sunday school, and things like that. Do you know how long it takes somebody to go ahead and prepare for those lessons? Depending upon the person and the type of personality that they have, they work anywhere from 4 or 5 hours up to some people all week. You know, I know being a pastor, and I know Benny as well. He's been my best friend forever and a day. We put a lot of study into preparing God's word. You know, we listen to the congregation's heart. We try to see the needs of it, and then we try to address those needs and meet them to the best we can. So we're searching the scriptures, we're praying, we're talking with other people, we're looking at books about, you know, whatever passage that we're doing. And it's the same way with Sunday school teachers. You know, they are preparing lessons. Even if their lesson is written out in a book that they get from some publisher or whatever, they have one of those books that have the lessons plans already made, then, you know, it's some people say it's easy, but it's not, because you look at the dynamics of your class. I know I look at the dynamics of my church. I notice the people. I try to know the people's backgrounds as much as possible. So do the Sunday school teachers. And so they'd like to know and get personal with the children or the adults and everything. And that's what makes it work. And so they become a close-knit family. When we look at music and things along those lines, we have somebody planning the music. They'll talk with the minister and they'll talk with the clergy and say, you know, what are your sermons on for the next week or the next couple weeks, depending upon how much in advance you prepare. they take and they will then match up music for those particular topics and sermons. I know I have a very wonderful, gifted worship leader at our church that whenever they get my list of what sermon topics are going to be, they go through all the different songs that are out there. Now, let's face it, folks, there's millions of songs out there, and they're trying to match the right song. And this is where they also pray about the music. They pray about finding the right tune that will meet the need for the message and everything. So, we have this big organization coming together because ministry is never done alone, is it? I know that when Jesus was ministering on the earth, he chose 12 people to go with him for those 3 years. And he ministered with them. Now, yes, he did some by himself, but he's also God. He's also, the Son of God. And so he's able to do that kind of stuff. But all of us who are in ministry, we need to know and understand that we work as a team. We work as a family, and we look at the needs that need to be met. So I want to shout out to all the people that do the different things in the church. We have people that are on committees, and we have people that are on mission teams, and we have so many different organizations within the church trying to reach the world around them. It's important for us to be able to see some of the passions that are behind it, because you see, they don't get paid. They don't do it for glory. They do it because they saw a need. They saw a need in the church, and God put it on their heart to say, hey, I can do a little something. And so I want to encourage you, anybody who's watching, anybody who's listening, I want to encourage you to find your place, your little niche in the church, because there's something for everybody. We do this thing at Solid Rock called Small Talk. And this is where during the middle of the service, we invite the little children to come up. And we have a nice array of children ranging from anywhere like 2.5, 3 years old up to about, maybe 8 or 9 years old. They come up and they sit down, and we have a little special time for them. And I'll tell you what, those kids bless us more and more than you could ever imagine. There's so many times they'll say some things. And by the way, if you do this at your church, be ready. They'll say anything. They will say anything at any time. So, but it is great. It is hilarious. But most importantly, it is so heartwarming to see these kids be joyful in sharing in the stories and everything. So as far as age is concerned and, theological background and everything, you don't need those sort of things, because God will call you and use you where you are, how you are, and he will bless you for it. So I want to encourage all of you who are out there thinking, I belong to this church and I don't know where to plug in, and I would like to know how to plug in. Well, it's real simple. First of all, if you have the opportunity, sit down and talk with the pastor, have a cup of coffee with him or her, and be able to just sit and share your heart and say, I would like to start this. I feel this, that God's calling me to do it. And, that's where God says, okay, let's get it done. And so they plug you in wherever you need to be. And if they don't have a spot, good pastors will make a spot. And they will try to help you out in your calling, And ministry doesn't always have to be inside the church walls, okay? I'm going to use an illustration of my young mentor that I have. His name is Justin Davis. We've been together for so many years. I've worked with him. He had his first sermon at my church when he was 10 years old. And let me tell you, boy, he did a fantastic job. And we had another young man named Darius. But we're going to focus on Justin. And the reason why I'm saying that is throughout the years, I've watched this young man grow. He came from a broken home. He had all kinds of different things that could have been obstacles in his life. And he stuck to it. He decided he wanted to work with the youth. And right now, he started earlier this year being one of the youth pastors at the City Church in Fort Wayne, and I just seen him today, and he was telling us about the blessings that he got for being the pastor there and how his ministry is growing and everything. And so, all he did was say, I'm thinking about either being a ball player or going to be a preacher. And so whenever you have opportunities like that, take them. So as Pastor Appreciation Month comes around, I want you to know and understand that this is for everybody, not just the clergy, but this is everybody as ministers, because every time we take and minister to the last, the least, the lost, we give a cup of water to somebody, or we are able to take and just be able to love on somebody when they feel unlovable, or hold them when they feel like they're broken. And that's the biggest thing, is as you're taking and thinking about brokenness, this whole podcast is healing broken souls. One of the best ways to heal broken souls is to reach out to those broken souls and just minister to them. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who supports the ministries. And if you're not connected to a church, we invite you to go to a church that God is leading you to, and to be able to get plugged in. This is Pastor John, and this is Healing Broken Souls. Thank you, and God bless.
Look around, we need hope. Dark world, we need hope. Broke world, we need hope. We all need hope, need hope, need hope. Look around, we need hope. Broke world, we need hope. We all need hope. But tell them it's hope for the broken. 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 Tell them it's hope for the broken. Yeah. It's hope for the broken. Yeah. It's hope for the broken. Yeah. It's hope for the broken. Boy, look around, we need hope. No question about it, can't get around. The whole world around us need hope. No escaping about it, let's talk about it. We imperfect people who broken. Our own hearts, our own pride, I swear all of us be broken. It's a cold world and it's full of lies.